Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Step-by-Step How-To Guides. Today, we're diving into a skill that every guy, and even some gals, should have: tying a tie. Whether you're gearing up for a formal event or just want to elevate your style, I've got you covered. Let's learn how to tie the perfect knot. Step 1. Introduction to the tie. Before we jump into the knots, let's briefly talk about the tie itself. Make sure your tie is laid out flat with the wide end on your right and the narrow end on your left. The tip of the narrow end should sit just above your belt line. Step 2. Four-in-hand knot. First up, the classic four-in-hand knot. Cross the wide end over the narrow end, then wrap it behind, coming across the front. Take the wide end behind again and bring it across the front once more. Slip it up behind the knot, and finally, tighten it by pulling down on the wide end, while holding the knot with your other hand. Step 3. Half-Windsor knot. Now let's move on to the slightly more formal Half-Windsor knot. Start with the wide end on your right and the narrow end on your left. Cross the wide end over the narrow end, bring it behind, and then up through the loop. Next, wrap it around the front, going behind and around. Slip it up through the loop again and tighten by pulling the wide end down. Step 4. Full Windsor knot. For an even more formal look, we have the full Windsor knot. Begin with the wide end on your right and the narrow end on your left. But this time, cross the wide end over the narrow end twice. Bring it up and behind, then wrap it around the front, going behind and around. Finally, slip it up through the loop and tighten by pulling the wide end down. Step 5. Conclusion and tips. And there you have it, 3 classic ways to tie a tie. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't get discouraged if it takes a few tries to master these knots. Feel free to experiment and find the style that suits you best. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more style tips. Drop any questions or additional knot requests in the comments below. Until next time, stay sharp.